Hey there, I know you have lots of time and your life is very in order, no chaos, and the kids are fully self-sufficient, but I made this video nice and short for you anyways. Really only 4 questions that go into researching any area. Is it safe? Are there things to do? How much does it cost? And are there any weird things that I need to know about? And in today's video, we're gonna be answering all 4 of those questions for Minnesota's top 2 suburbs, and that's gonna be Edina and Medina. And I promise you, those cities are vastly, vastly different than they sound. So what makes these cities so vastly different is that one is more of a rural suburb, a lot slower pace of play, about 30 minutes west of Minneapolis, while the other is actually voted the most city-like suburb, just about 10 minutes south of Minneapolis. So stick around for the whole video and let's find out which of these cities is the best one for you to live in. And if at any point you find this video valuable, you know we have a gentleman's agreement that you will subscribe and maybe even toss me a like, because that tells me I'm doing a better job of providing good, insightful content for you on YouTube. Starting with Edina, the first question is Edina safe? In fact, Edina is actually the safest suburb in all of Minnesota, with only 1.2 crimes per 1,000 residents. Now, of those crimes, majority of them, if not all of them, are burglary and theft related, which usually runs parallels with higher end neighborhoods like Edina. Now moving on to our second point about Edina is its entertainment and shopping is its main draw to the city. In fact, it's some of the best in all of Minnesota. As I mentioned before, a website called Bring Me the News hosted a poll last year and they actually voted Edina as the most city-like suburb. So it's not gonna feel like a cookie cutter regular suburb. This place has incredible vibes, starting with 50th and France, which is its own little mini downtown. You've got boutique coffee shops, some of your smaller retailers, and some major retail names that of course you know in the shopping world, and some of the best food in the city. But all these amenities don't come without a cost, and that leads me right into point number 3. So niche.com gave Edina a C+ on the cost of living report card, and that's because their average home price is sitting right at $600,000, and the median income in the area is $125,000. So the next question on Edina is there anything weird that you need to know? The answer is yes. Edina's residents have been coined as cake eaters. I don't really know where that nickname came from, but it's due to the fact that they are kind of considered a little bit more prestigious and pretentious. They have some of the highest income earners in the entire state choose to call Edina home. So for whatever reason, if you move to Edina and you get called a cake eater, don't be surprised. So moving on to our second city and jumping right back to that first point, which is Medina safe? And the answer is yes. They're both ranked in the top 2 for suburbs in Minnesota, so of course they're gonna be safe. But why is Medina safe? It's a lot smaller than Edina, and if you drive past Medina, continuing to go west, you'll find a lot less people and a lot more farm animals, if you know what I'm saying. So there's not really a feel of urban chaos in Medina. So now that we know Medina's a little bit on the outskirts of the city, does it have things to do? Well, in comparison to Edina, it's going to feel like it's got nothing, right? Because in Medina, the real value add is space. You've got huge lots and houses with sprawling square footage. So it's not in your backyard in terms of amenities. But what you can do is travel about 10 minutes north or 10 minutes south to Plymouth and Maple Grove, which have some of the best suburb amenities in the entire state. Now that you know the general vibe in Medina, the question is, how much is it going to cost you? The average home price is listed at about $670,000, so only about $70K more than Edina, but the average household income in Medina is $200,000, so a big jump from our last city. And lastly on Medina, is there anything weird that you need to know about it? And I wouldn't say it's weird, but Medina is one of those places where if you're a special type of person like me, you want all the amenities of the city, but you kind of want to return home to a little more space and kind of that rural life when you go to sleep and spend time with your family. And Medina is exactly that. On top of that, Medina residents are going to send their kids to the #1 public schooling system in Minnesota, Wayzata Schools. So wrapping up our key points, you can tell that these 2 suburbs are vastly different. One's in the heart of the action and one has a lot more space and you can travel to the action. So which one of these suburbs would you choose? I'm curious. Put it in the comments below. And if you have any other suburbs you want me to unpack further, I'd love to hear from you guys. Drop your video ideas in the comments.